This unit is now at maximum efficiency. The overall likelihood of current status, the Earth Directorate thanks you for your service in upgrading your Valerie unit. Reimbursement for parts and labor is not available at this time. Did you know? The average Valerie unit remains in service for 5 to 10 years. Agent Abara, however, this unit is programmed to avoid commentary on age unless directly related to a health condition. It is always
Go ahead. Tell me what ails you.
To what do we owe the pleasure? Stranger. But there is still... And I shall not give up this bridge. I thank you once again for your judicious actions. Now I may continue serving the Protectorate faithfully.
Subject to ensure they are operating at peak efficiency at all times.
How are the informant lines treating you? Hear anything good?
Not terribly. My only field-bound compatriot is stationed in Golden Ridge. And all she
Thanks for visiting Free Market Station. Pleasure is all
certainly
ours.
do not. Boring now is preferable to instant death lurking around every corner.
Selling everything! My stock, the clothes on my back, my teeth, several organs. First come, first served.
I just don't get why we have to buy our own weapons from our own merchants. We got people who could filch us better gear.
Maybe a cloister. But anybody you've got up has got bigger problems.
Sir, the emergency override mechanisms are still functioning. If we work together, we might level our descent.
There's no stopping the will of the free market, Ensign. The ship's doomed.
Even if you won't help me, I have to try. For Auntie's choice!
How noble of you. Worry not. While I'm in my escape pod, I'll be sure to come up with a way to tastefully capitalize on your death.
Protect your loved ones, Only thing dependable, tell me what you need. Can... Get caught unaware? All you like. My armor will keep you safe.
Doctor here. Get your stitches. Got a sale on if you've wounds that medicament.
One thing I do like a lot, working with kids.
Bye from me. Hello once more. Be happy. Anybody even listening to this?
If it didn't, I think I misplaced it. Browse on. Feel free to go on a firearms that explode in your face? Come to not a weapons store.
Ah, before I forget, here. This is for you. He seems...
My friend from Placid Waters. Wonderful, wonderful. So good to see Millie again. You heading out?
glad there are people out here like you. Gives hope. Both of us, well, we're...
Error. Road sales grandstanding.
I look forward to the reclamation of the... Now, how might we be of use to one another? Yes! Excellent! Don't tell anyone about that outburst, please. Here's something to keep you quiet. I must admit I first had doubts, due to your association with a cult. I've informed the presiding bishop you're coming. I'm sure I don't need to say this. But if you even think about bringing harm to Ruth, I shall know.
Good to see you again. I had hoped we could speak earlier, but since the unfortunate end of the peace talks, Gertie and I have kept in communication, and we believe when you go in to speak with the presiding bishop, please raise the issue with her. I assure you this is the correct thing to do, for yourself, for us. That's not... Farewell. I would say good luck. Be the statistical exception to the natural state of entropy in the universe.
Entry granted.
The Order has always proclaimed patience as a virtue, but I am pleased my waiting is finally at its endpoint. For so long, you have only existed as numerical values on a chart. Now, with your arrival, the Order nears the totality of its goals, provided you are willing to stay aligned with our cause. Prudent. Now then, I gather you already know who I am, but science has shown that good manners strengthen developing relationships. I am Ruth Bassar, third presiding bishop of the Order of the Ascendant, supreme calculator, and, plan willing, the architect of Arcadia's prosperous future. My sensory deprivation chamber. I spend the majority of... It's a rather personal apparatus, customized to my biological measurements. Your recent exploits at Greater confronting an assassin, and thereby sparing the delegates' lives before the rift inexplicably destroyed the station. Such a commendable effort is worthy of acknowledgement. Sorry to However, there's something... It's recently come to my attention that secret communications have been exchanged between Laplace's garden and the undisputed claim. Do you know anything about that? I should have known. Vicar Levin has made this appeal to me at least thrice since his return. He really cannot accept a solution he did not devise. Wise enough to recognize the perils, too. I will put the question to you one final time. Are you certain you would rather pursue this path than work exclusively with the Order? Then I will endeavor to bring that... A true in-person meeting between myself and Auntie could never take place due to the security risks. But perhaps the odds of you persuading Auntie Cleo to agree are unfavorable. But everyone serves a function in the... Once you have met with Auntie, instruct her to send me a communique. My time is yours, for the moment. Call it proof. Laplace's garden is more than its aesthetic. It offers a vision of a future free from the despotic rule of It saddens me to see the garden so despoiled by our wartime presence. But with the loss of Spyerton, the Laureate Council simply draws a name out of a hat. No? In reality, I was recommended for my position by the preceding bishop. Paired with my skills as a seer, I was the natural choice when it came time for the council. Thank you for... My predecessor, presiding Bishop Orlo, and I had a close work. I counted him a friend. Orlo shared with me his doubts about the Order's partnership with the Protectorate. The compromises made. He had many such regrets at the end of his life. It was not the only determining factor. May you achieve progress.
What is with the anomalous behavior?
Welcome back, Agent. Is there some As I told you in my message, a splinter group was responsible for recruiting your fellow. The conviction of those radicals was such that they elected to Their interpretation of the data was at odds with mine. I forbade them taking action. To no avail, obviously. A wise leader is always... The plan is always in motion. May you achieve...
Something down there? Oh, aren't you the eccentric sort?
I believe our group's combined efforts are in direct accordance with the plan.
Hey, need...
I recall this place. These stations have been automated since my day, though this one has certainly accrued dust. Odd that it would be in a state of lockdown. I have a general override that should allow us entry, but anything specific to local systems, including security systems, may be beyond me. These security measures should not be operational, and the station seems to be on reserve power. We'd best tread carefully. Here, lying in ambush. Perhaps some stray systemic error activated the entryway defenses. We'd best first report to security ops, lift this lockdown. From there, we can set about reactivating the station's primary power, which will allow us to explore unhindered. Seems our intelligence was correct. There's clearly a door here, and I would hazard that we'll be able... I find this entire situation suspicious. We should make sure the station is at full... Let us go. Is that a footprint in the dust? This station shouldn't have received visitors in years. Be on guard. Someone else may be here. My passcode shall not work on this terminal. Unlocking it may be a creative endeavor. Good effort lifting the lockdown. We may now reactivate the station in the reactor room. The reactor activation circuits shall likely be dysfunctional. It's a known issue with these old stations. Let me look. Corroded transistors, dust in the actuator. Did a sprat gnaw on this? Sweet sovereign, what a mess. There. I think I have it. Let us hope my override does not trigger any security alerts. Good. This should avail us of a much simpler search. Let us return to the central room once more and see if anything seems out of place. Stay your execution. I cannot say I have had to search for a hidden switch in the protectorate holding before. Keep watch. It could be rather small and well hidden. There. I'm certain of movement below.
Passcode is limber. No. Let's try amulet. No. Oh, wait.
Stay whatever fool words you ready in your defense for these crimes. Wait.
Because I work for Sub Rosa? More than that, I don't think I can say, Cadet Rao. Mostly because I'm not.
Okada is, or was, a petty troublemaker, though a crafty one. As cadets, Virgil and I...
Often enough to know the technicians by name.
This truly is no ploy. Despite his faults, the Okada I knew was ultimately benign. That's a wise...
An arbiter used the word execute in the last few seconds, yet I remain alive? Didn't think that was possible. I was sent here to do a specific job, but some of the details are hazy. Gives me conniptions. I was hired by an anonymous third party. They provided me with the station's location, and I was told the station was abandoned, which it clearly isn't, and to break into this terminal and delete the information on it. That is all I know. I didn't. I was only told...
Ignorance does not excuse criminal action. Even if you did not know the severity of this infiltration, it remains a deadly serious infraction.
He and the other one must have put me away close to 12 times.
Ne'er-do-well is a polite term.
I got 18 months of hard labor for that. Served me right.
As much as I'd prefer not to admit it.
I didn't used to be like this. I can still sneak with the best of them. Not being able...
Any of my fellow arbiters would have killed you before this conversation began. I don't know that I can. He is a trespasser. His slipping mind matters not. My duty dictates it. Killing Okada may not affect the one who hired him, but his trespass is an indelible fact. He should not be here. That doesn't mean anything. Were the situation different, perhaps I could look the other way. But Okada has clearly defected and is thus not afforded such a luxury. You have my trust. But if I am to remain loyal, I am familiar with the concept, but in the Protectorate, intent matters little. Manslaughter still results in death. Sedition can happen unconsciously, a hyperbolic example. Though this is hardly the place for a discussion about Protectorate law, I do at least see your point. It is fortunate you have gained my Be gone! You've been granted your...
I didn't and you... Without you, I would have been reduced to my composite parts. Here.
Allowing a Sub Rosa agent to leave with his life in the heart of a Protectorate station. We may have to speak on this further. But... The hint pertaining to the passcode on that terminal, I believe I know the answer. Our work at the refugee camp did not for myself, the Supreme Arbiter, and Virgil especially. If judgment is the an arbiter's gavel is... From that terminal, it sounds as if the Supreme Arbiter had some... To what end, I wonder? And that feckless agent. I don't understand his aim or who he would be working for. Only the Consul. I couldn't imagine the Consul pinning his duties on someone... Well, at least we found what we needed on the Supreme... As for Okada, my decision to allow him to go free was at odds with all I have been taught. He was a traitor and should have died. Yet, I cannot help but feel strangely justified. That's just it. I am supposed to be an objective judge of moral intent, hence my role as a peacekeeper for the Protectorate. How can I maintain this role if I falter? To me, there cannot be. That altogether, I think visiting this station was fruitful for my ultimate, and circumstances aside, I appreciate your accompaniment.
It would appear our next stop is Praetor, specifically Central Control. I look forward to traveling there, once you've sufficiently prepared. No. The Sentinel worked on the Consul's behalf. I do note that the agent was excellent. I look for... Let us make our way to Central Control forthwith. Why would the Supreme... I believe what we need is on that terminal. I'll see if I can find my way in. Did you hear that? I think something may have unlocked. I think this may unlock the terminal, but the toggle mechanism appears compromised. I shall hold it. You must finish reading through that terminal. The elevator's been summoned from below.
Consul Thoreau, I'm sure you're surprised to be receiving this message, and thus I can assume you already know my intent. Even considering aligning myself against the Sovereign is like sticking, yet my dead charges spur me forward. 10 scores of Arcadia's finest, at least 10 scores, died in defense of Golden Ridge. No, we fled like sprats, all at What in blazes? How long have you been standing there? What did you hear? Even yet my dead...
I cannot believe what I heard. I cannot. Actually, it wasn't. But my mentor hated the Consul and was deeply devoted to the Sovereign.
That seems like a lot of work to go through just to...
What I'm proposing is eminently plausible. It may be beyond you to see her machinations, but it's obvious to me that it's not obvious. Wait.
Arbiter Rao, I finally got you. Submit quietly.
Are you insane? Who are you? And on whose authority do you claim to judge me?
My name is Junior Arbiter Mayhall, and I operate on Arbiter Mandate, as you did once. Now, no questions. This is already going to be difficult enough.
It's logical. The Sentinels have all but taken over Central Control. It stands to reason
I cannot deny that Central Control has changed, but...
Enough! This has been an unpleasant day, and my patience is gone. Your accusations are baseless and...
They're far from baseless. You stand accused of abandoning your post, of infiltrating Protectorate facilities with opaque aim. How dare you? I may be a junior arbiter, but I'm not going to let someone I look... That is, I heard that Arbiter Rao had left his... Following the trail has not been a simple matter, but I did not let that deter me.
Most certainly. The acclimation period for junior arbiters to understand the...
We junior arbiters are as capable as always, if not more so. There's no discussion to be had with criminal.
These accusations of yours are slander. If you believe false bravado shall save you from my wrath, you're sorely mistaken. At Oculus, and again at the Vox, you showed me that the... Here my sense of duty clamors to be answered. But... slaying her for sincerely trying to do what is right would be a farce of justice. I would not.
What is this insanity? I would never imagine an arbiter I may not wish to judge him. I may not understand what has come over him. It is of no consequence. His crimes against the Protectorate are all that matters.
He was simply doing his duty, just as you or I must every day.
That's even worse than I thought.
The Supreme Arbiter taught me to follow my own sense of justice, and I have. Use your mind. Think about what I did, what you intend to do. Is this moral? Is this right?
But it is of no consequence. I must... Architect's mercy. I'm just not sure. There's no protocol for Consider my hand stayed. I can see that judging Tristan would only rob the Protectorate of another of its...
It would appear we're in agreement.
Ever known an arbiter to lose?
So, what course of action do we take now? Well, that...
Come now, Commander. No easier way to slip a blade...
Truly, I would never have fallen for such a base suggestion.
It's important for an arbiter to use their forebrain. Next time you encounter, you may find more questions.
Uphold justice in my...
Glory to the... I'm pleased we were able to resolve that altercation peaceably.
You say that, but I've seen the way you smile when you kill. Oh, sorry, dispense justice. I'd say...
You know, I'd even venture to say she reminded me just a little of myself as a lad. I think that's uncalled for, Commander. Find me a well-adjusted... All this excitement did not make me forget the confession on the Supreme Arbiter's terminal. I have to bring it to Virgil. Together, we can discover exactly what transpired. Agreed. I'm not sure of his whereabouts.
By law, you've done it. I cannot lie. My math placed the odds. Unfortunately, I am limited in... I trust that you will find wonderful... Thank you again, my friend.
Purple berry crunch. Accept no imitations. The K lets you know it's authentic. Now with
I can't recall seeing any of these particular types ever run a scene.
Whoever fixes this rift problem is definitely getting a whole side suite with an Elise.
Why choose just any choice when you could choose Auntie's choice? Remember, Auntie knows best.
I cannot tell you.
Is it? Make it quick.
Inez, have you come?
No, I actually brought a few other grafting parts with me.
Oh, these are pristine indeed. Is this of an Earth?
Yeah. Since Doc's given her blessing, which do you reckon I go with? The ursopod's mucus gland could absorb some incoming damage, if you don't mind getting a little sticky. The mantis swarm hive, however, would be best for crowd control. Say the word, and I'll sick these little guys on any enemy in our vicinity. Hive it is.
Oh, the mantis swarm is a wonder. There. By the by, What is it, dear? You look, well, a bit like you've been stung by a terror ray. I've got ointment for that too, you know. Whatever do you mean?
The program. It was off the books, Doc. We found a grafting lab way out on Cloister, still paying them no mind, giving them no honor, even if the doctor there,
Inez, I swear I didn't. That sounds... Oh, Sovereign's mercy, that sounds precisely like what I would protest with every...
The creatures they were experimenting on broke out of their cages, killed most of the... I found the doctor in charge, still alive. We spoke, but this ain't the extent of it.
Oh, Inez, I know you do. But with the program officially shuttered, it would be awfully Yes, that does shed light on a correspondence I received recently. A vice president sent a message asking for my presence and scientific expertise to discuss a unique opportunity. I found the secrecy odd at the time, but I do suppose it lines up with your discovery.
Ain't surprising. What's his name? Where can we find him?
His name is Willard Conan, VP of Experimental Operations.
I just mean to have a little chat. I will be asking Willard to reform the grafting program. You heard from Dr. Rasmussen, right? I spared him and his If there's good to be had from the program, then Willard needs to invest in that.
You honor me. I did receive a message from a Rasmussen, yes. He is on his way with research to hand over. It would bring purpose back into my work. All of Fairfield, I will help you. Vice President Conan's office is aboard, but it's my understanding that you will... Inez.
Thank you, Doc. Commander, I've been thinking. We got the intel we need, Commander. If we find this Willard and convince him to use this grafting research for folk... Been doing some thinking about what happened in the lab. I went there didn't realize till I saw the lab what a fool I was. All for thinking that company folk gave a damn. Auntie's choice can't be trusted on their own with this research. If they could actually help folk like they claimed they would when they liberated Tau Ceti, it'd make life better for anyone. Ain't just saying that, are you? Ortiz sent me a message because he knew I would take action, that I'd remedy the betrayal both of us faced. If he were here now, he'd understand, I think. Are you with me? Thanks, Commander. Maybe this is what I was meant to do.
Commander, I have news. His message was suitably vague. I suspect he fears the consul's eyes scanning his message, but I believe it to refer to parts of the location can only be accessed by arbiters. Bringing our fight, I only hope it dispels some of the...
silent as a tomb. I hope we aren't too late. If Virgil's not about, he's like to be in the training grounds depths. There's a lift that will take us lower, located behind a door next to those stairs.
It's a relief to see a friendly face. Just come up.
Virgil! Oh, thank the architect.
Impossible? Why is it impossible? So that you may claim ignorance as to the truth of what you've uncovered? Fine. If you're still so thick-skulled, Tristan.
Attention, Arbiter Virgil Montag. Under the jurisdiction of the Council, we stand to bring you law.
Damnation! I knew this. We have no choice but to fight.
Arbiter Montag, lay down your arms. Surrender and die. Take an alternate path to
Hold! You were beginning to...
Ike, we cannot have this conversation until we are safe.
Virgil, enough! Our being at odds with the Council...
You already know whether you're willing to admit it or not. Very well, then. Tristan, you stand before the murderer of the Supreme...
I don't believe this. The Council must have... captured...
Open your eyes, Rao. Those sentinels were... The Supreme Arbiter was planning to send a message in her final moments, pledging allegiance to the Consul. Who do you think bore witness to those final moments? I did what I thought...
No.
I had to.
Would it? Or were you just trying to save yourself from my wrath?
With the demands this war has made on us all, I'd not seen our mentor for some time. My visit was meant to be a surprise. Unfortunately, it was. I overheard her decision to align herself with the Consul before she
But there was...
Because I didn't want you to know. I never wanted you to learn the truth because I feared you'd lose your faith. How dare you! The Supreme Arbiter did more than mentor us. She all but raped, and I killed her. As a traitor.
It doesn't matter how difficult it was. It was a criminal act. You're right. You're right. This is not the first time we've encountered the paradoxical nature of Protectorate law. Our prior conclusions inform my present feelings. I theoretically understand, but I cannot view this objectively. Virgil killed our mentor. It's madness. I cannot simply let that stand. Can I? I don't know. It's just this sense of the wrongness of it. Oh, by the Architect, an Arbiter frozen by feelings. What's happening to me? The law is clear on this. But is addressing traitorism not the utmost priority of any Arbiter? Is not the betrayal of everything we stand for? The Supreme Arbiter taught us that conscience... I cannot bring myself to execute my sworn brother. Oh, it would doubtless... I know not what to make of the Supreme Arbiter's betrayal.
Oh, joy, they talked it out. And here I was...
I don't know what to say. I just wish there had been some other option. My apologies. I'm not normally one to be 1,000 words of thanks. Though, before I go, a parting gift. May Tristan make use of it better than...
Go with the Sovereign's blessing, brother. Commander, this has all been...
Commander, despite the manner of what Virgil has done, I still have much doubt about my path, but having good intentions does not spare you. Yet what can I do? More than 100 years of Protectorate society cannot be changed by a lone body. Can it? But how? I shall remain with the Protectorate, interpreting its laws through a moral instead of a punitive lens. Innocent until proven guilty is a novel concept. But it is worth a try. Words are not worth the air propelling them. When we began traveling together, I was not sure what to make of. I deeply appreciate your hand in this investigation, Commander. And in...
Trinicular, arriving any moment now.
The story of Anti-Cleo versus the Moon Man is a ballad for... A thing of legend, to be handed down for a modest fee to each successive generation. Spacer's choice swollen energy...
I hope you're enjoying your time.
Impulses of old corporations.
If you have business here, don't let me keep you.
As they try with us. Cleo takes Spacer's choice devious shenanigans lying down. No! Just like our...
Welcome back. We understand you've been...
Yes, time is bits. Tell us how it went.
A satisfactory effort, my ameliorator. I had hopes your talents would yield a result a mite more in our favor, but good work overall.
Well.
Anything else you'd like to report? Your performance at that facility went exceedingly well, all things considered.
There you go again, pinning your career to that flim-flam map. What do a bunch of eggheads know about marketing? Marketing isn't some rigmarole you can plug into a computronic doodad. It's...
Yes, suppose...
I'm the head of our proprietary insight acquisition. The Protectorate have a process called mental refreshment. And he wants details on their methodology, pharmacology, and technology. This art... Oh, do tell. I hope you gathered supplement... Well, got what we needed.
Better in the ground than in...
Now, I assume you won't mind we have a few questions about the process. Our people will extract details about the pharmacology and methodology. That will all no doubt prove useful. But we're most interested in the technology and its results. Can't say I like the sound of that.
How truly unfortunate.
What else can you tell us about the place? Turn up any additional details? Anything is... Oh, good to know, good to... But still, they keep on marketing it as virtually foolproof, don't they? So much for their vaunted... Excellent. Along? Too bad about the lead scientist. All right.
Congratulations! Your storied success.
So your preliminary chores are complete? Oh, finally! Oh, I remember you from... Tell me, as an outside agent, do you have any quandaries working with our organization? Well, I appreciate the clarity, if not the lack of guile. Do hope you'll forgive these two. They're competing for a rather significant promotion, you see. So I received a most curious transmission from Ruth Bassar, presiding bishop of the order. She stated this was your idea. Yes, and I'm sure a cessation of hostilities could present any... Are you sure you'd rather pursue this over your current exclusive contract with us? Before I... Fine, I'll initiate a call with Ruth through...
Don't let us keep you.
Good luck, my ameliorator. Remember, you can't spell...
Ain't making us money, friend.
You cannot be here. My contract stipulates that this That's funny, considering the heaps of times I've been called. Is that so strange? The program I was hired for is highly confidential. I don't see, though I presume he also possesses an
Well, that ain't right. Neither his managerial manner nor your working conditions.
Oh, no. No, I don't want change. I love my work. I love this place.
Don't encourage.
Fascinating. Anyhow, I assume you're not here.
It's high time one of you scientist types responded to my calling cards. You want the role, it's yours.
Let me guess. You're backfilling Rasmussen's position? Or all the sign?
Both, obviously. Now, do you want the job or not? We're burning starlight.
Sure. The flight over... Look, we found your lab on Cloister. Friend of mine, who succumbed to his graft, sent me there to put an end to your work. It was, but after speaking with your doc, Rasmussen's now with Doc Tinsley in Fairfield. And they're ready to restart this work if we can get your agreement. No more...
I see someone failed out of the anti-Cleo School of Persuasion. Why would I ever pursue something so dull as reform? How does it serve me? You certainly came to the negotiating table, but there is one small fly in the soup. Who exactly are you to dictate to me what we should be doing? I did not even know.
When I joined up in Tau Ceti, I was promised that if I proved I ensured the safety of the delegates at the peace talks. I helped hunt down the fiend who destroyed...
Fine. Perhaps there is an opportunity here to expand our user base. But we can only pursue such a thing if we secure the... But I will require proof that this little reformation of yours is a viable investment.
You say that as though you have...
I do. The commander of our fortified position on Praetor has been chomping at the bit for us. He will have all the minute details, of course, but assisting him and demonstrating your prowess will give us the leverage. Is this one having a laugh? Of course it'll be danger. This here is a golden cysty pig of an opportunity. One that will reap rewards far beyond the buying price. Ha! I knew you were and I'm certain it'll be no issue. What with our grafted star tearing through the back...
Grafted soldiers aren't animals.
Of course I do. But you cut quite the... much like a sprat cop.
They only have that understanding if they also have sense. Most sprats don't. They wander happily to their deaths in search of the smallest, richest morsels.
Yes, well done keeping up. Do you accept the mission or don't you? Fine, go think.
Test it somewhere else.
Never thought I'd be able to see the undisputed claim in all her glory. Visiting was invite only for us troopers, and would have been worth every bit, though. Well, suppose I feel a little bad for a bar. It stings less now that they didn't help Tausetti. Guess there's a big difference between thinking they didn't care and realizing that they're just as corrupt as anyone else. Fine by me. Thought I knew he was a... You know what really gets me?
What do you need, Commander?
Commendations on so successful. When you meet with Auntie, be it performing more labor for Auntie's choice, will inevitably bring our fair corporation into further conflict with the Order. So we only have one shot at this. Make it count. How? I'd offer you luck, but make profitable choices.
Good luck, my ameliorator. Remember, you can't spell.
Welcome to Head Office Tower. Again.
I trust you didn't come... Fine.
Hold on. You didn't...
Heroism is nothing...
Look who it is, the instigator of this little affair. Her mathematicalness should be along soon, unless... there we are. Apologies for the delay. We were resolving some Oh, yes! Regale us with a thorough account of... This must be Auntie Cleo's trademark wit. I expected better. Don't take that tone with me, little Agent So. If I was discourteous, I apologize. So long as our mediator proves up to the task, surely we can remain civil. If not, these negotiations may prove short indeed. I suppose you've passed muster. Certainly not averse to getting your hat. From where I'm positioned. Point 1, control of the archive. Point 2, oversight of production and distribution of skip cores. And point 3, management of Rift technology. Before we go any further, I want it in writing that the Order will take full control of the archive without interference. What? So the Order can set it fruitlessly idling for another few centuries?
I would sever my own hand before giving custody of the archive over to a corporation. Humanity's ascension depends on its calculations. No, such a condition is out of the question.
amenable to that.
I'm waiting to hear an argument that would support such a ludicrous proposal.
No one said anything about paying.
Involving money in science seems questionable.
Ruth, I commend you for being so receptive. And I assure you that
On the subject of science, it would be most prudent for us to discuss who will be overseeing the management of skip drives.
No one understands production like we do.
Where Auntie's Choice manages, the Order would undoubtedly...
So you ramp up production? And then what?
We would be diligent about who we licensed out the skip drives to. And a monopoly over space travel is precisely what I wish to avoid. This technology should benefit all humanity. That assumes Auntie's Choice would even abide by such a list of restrictions.
Not to worry. We can build a regulatory commission to oversee production and make sure everything is... Oh, partiality concerns are a thing of the past.
As would the likelihood that we will eventually improve upon it. There is still the question of who takes possession. Although the science is still largely theoretical, this technology could be used to...
The Order would fritter away valuable time endlessly hand-wringing what to do with the technology. Auntie's Choice would actually use it. For good, of course. In a gainful manner. A 50-50 split? But that's so... equal. I generally consider if Ruth's open to...
I shall look forward... There is one final matter I wish to discuss. I require some chemicals that I have been told are manufactured at a plant on...
I know which plant you're referring to, Ruth. Out of professional curiosity, what could you possibly...
That is, quite frankly, none of your concern.
Precisely. Partners don't withhold secrets, although they can and probably should withhold...
I will make no progress with my... While the archive is an infinitely complex machine, an equally complex apparatus has been designed which allows one to interact with it directly. Unfortunately, this headgear exacts a rather tremendous cost on the wearer. A certain panacea is needed to survive it. But I require these chemicals to finish. Perhaps I have not been entirely forthright.
And I thought we were the ones who threw caution to the wind.
A generous offer, but I fear you lack a certain number of qualifications. Conscience, for example. That math is confidential, but I have enough reason to believe the outcome will be favorable. You sound just like Laureate Beck. I weary of having this debate, especially as I can never see...
Oh, bother. Here I wanted to see Ruth lobotomize herself. Oh, well. Best I'll say is...
Arriving at any arrangement even remotely equitable was statistically improbable. Be glad our mediator managed to find a middle path forward. As am I.
Well, that'll be all for today. Do come see me personally.
One moment. There are still the logistics.
We'll, of course, provide our expert troops to support these efforts.
Auntie's troopers will certainly help us manage the Protector, but it would be irrational to expect you to endanger your own life without a more specific strategy in place. Fortunately, I have already given this some thought. First, Order forces must move into our former headquarters at Spireton. A simpler task now that More importantly, there is a lift located in Spireton which can deliver our troops. Unlocking and calling that lift can only be done from within the archive, however. So you will need to infiltrate the archive by... Fortunately, I am told you already dealt with the cultists there. Unfortunately, you will still need to find a way past. A prudent course of action, though I would also advise caution. There is a computronical key that you will also need to loop. The Calcaduceus grants special access to the archive. Once it is back in Order hands, we will have full control over its systems once more.
Until the Order has control over the archive again, may you achieve...
I'm impressed, Commander. I really thought you'd botch that. Or maybe I was just hoping you would. I personally prefer them at each other's throats.
Feels like I got some hydrometa fluttering around in my stomach. Willard's clearly got a lot riding on how we do on Praetor. I reckon that's my way of saying I'd like to find out what exactly is in store for us. Sooner.
We've successfully co-opted yet another of our rivals. Can't believe those eggheads
That outside contractor is...
Ah! There you are! Our fresh-faced new go-getter. We meet in the flesh at last. You've proved you don't seem much put off by my appearance. Good. I have no stomach for those with... It is, however, something of a brand secret reserved for only the most trusted. I trust this...
Blah. Ain't meaning no disrespect. It's just... Everyone was saying that you were focused on a product launch or avoid...
Poor dear, believing that erroneous drivel. You do know I have a reputation to maintain. I can't let... I ask again. Do you have any problems with the previously mentioned stipulations? Fortunately, when you're the head of an advanced medical technology corporation, as far as what happened, I was the victim of an unfortunate industrial accident shortly after we arrived here. The details of...
Not at this time. Though I wouldn't rule out a little grave robbing at a later date.
We've uncovered an opportunity to procure me... There was a past proposal to utilize grafts, but... Oh...
Wait. Are you saying that the grafting program was only started up to help you with your condition?
Yes, keep up, dear. You think we would have invested money in such a risky procedure for gains on the back...
That means your scientists lied to us, and our suffering didn't mean any...
This is what you signed up for. Tell me, did you also believe that we came here to solely liberate Arcadia and not for its resources? Oh, you did. How sad. Oh, don't be a child. Now, will you help acquire this new body for me, or won't you? The body...
Not, this time, at any rate.
No, to find me the perfect body, you'll be assailing an inappreciably populated automated automech factory over on Praetor. That facility was designed to build complex It was the last in a long line of his ill-fated life extension experience. Make it mine.
bolster defenses to protect key assets.
Admit I'm finally beginning to come around to that computronic little plan. Perhaps there is something to having the archive advise.
Yes, I've begun to draw the same conclusion. There's a sub-facility beneath the automech factory.
Well then, fetch me my new body and...
Don't let us keep...
Good luck, my ameliorator. Remember, you can't spell heinous aesthetic without Auntie's choice.
Be gone! Make yourself scarce. Leave.
Graph's raring to go. Let's get you healed. To the rescue. Him alive.
Things I'm about to do!
Doing my job! Oh, you're gonna regret trading clothes with me!
Official need.
dread the truth.
Volatility out there right now. The I care for, but I'll have no truck with the respected subordinates.
Help me out.
Spare me no gumption, and I promise we will all thrive.
Tramacular. Approaching station.
I love a killing spree.
From the most extravagant to the most bit-minded of customers, we have food and drink for every taste and meal you can imagine, plus a few more that you can't imagine.
I'm alive. Who needs to die?
We are also free purple berries.
The term parasite-free indicates the fact that any kind of parasite... Parasite absolves Auntie's choice of any correspondence.
Always remember.
Damn it! When I came still... Now, did you need something? Or... The orders really got ain't any different from us?
Got my lamps on a hostage.
Hey, we gotta... I understand that things might come up, give you no... Yeah, just don't put me in this spot again.
Oh, this is what passes for fun in the corporatist world. World.
Ain't nothing intellectual about you.
Hey, I understand that things might come up. Better think hard about... Just don't put me in...
Trust issues.